point, folks. Okay, a minute and a half left here in round 5, and Jake's looking for the finish. He's hurt. Off the ropes. Jake Paul pulling on here.
Time shot there from Jake Paul. That is what you call a turning point, folks. Okay, a minute and a half left here in round 5, and Jake's looking for the finish. Music, the boxing legend Eric Butterbean Ash has boldly claimed that the much-hyped fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson is nothing more than a scam. Moreover, Roy Jones Jr. has warned Jake Paul about the difficult task he will have entering the ring with Mike Tyson, even at old age. Roy Jones, the last opponent Tyson faced in their 2020 exhibition game known as Lockdown Knockdown, Tyson still possesses. When asked about the fight in an interview with Shane Mosley, Jones answered without delay to name Tyson as the toughest hitter he had ever come across. Takes it serious like he took me with me, then he going to take. I don't see Jake beat him because he's very hard to hit, the in shape, and he's still a very hard puncher. Jones further elaborated on how hard Tyson hit him when they both fought. He stated, Mike Tyson is still the strongest puncher that I've ever been in the ring with ever. Now, I think he's 57, maybe 58, yet he's still the strongest puncher. The first time he hit me on my chin, I felt like a mule had kicked me in my chest. Jones's comments have great weight as Jake Paul is ready to fight Tyson professionally this coming November. Given Paul's 30-year age difference with Tyson, the fight, which will have milder rules, has drawn a lot of criticism. Paul, however, has promised to bulking up, which Jones advises is a required tactic, but not a perfect one. Jones further added, if he's at 230, that can make it very interesting. Jake's not going to fight close, and he can't stay away from him because Mike will close the gap too quick. Jones commented, I thought I could stay away from him. I couldn't, and I know I'm better at staying away from people than Jake is. Jones brushed off the question, asking whether Tyson's age would slow him down or whether Paul's youth would provide an advantage. None of that fits the situation. It's a smart idea if you can push him back, and you're big enough as he doesn't fight as effectively backwards as forwards. However, you have never been hit like that before, hence we have to see. Mike Tyson's power was the reason why many feared to get inside the ring with him. The aura that Mike Tyson still has at this age was well explained by Joe Rogan. Rogan shockingly revealed why he was terrified of Mike Tyson and the way his mind works, because if Mike puts his heart into training, then he becomes a terrifying beast all of a sudden. So he gets in insane shape, and the next time I see him, the second podcast we do, Mike now weighs 230 pounds, and he's got these muscles in his forearms, so he's sitting there, and he's a different human. He's so intense that I was like, if this table was closer to him, I would be nervous, like I wouldn't be able to do my best job as a podcaster. I literally, the reason why this table is this width is the second podcast I did with Kevin McBride, the last boxer to face Mike Tyson in a professional match. Also issued a stark warning to Jake Paul as the YouTuber turned boxer prepares to step into the ring with the former Mere Heavyweight champion. McBride's insights offer a glimpse into the formidable challenge that awaits Paul. Despite Tyson's age, McBride believes that the legendary fighter still poses a significant threat. McBride, now 51, defeated Tyson by technical knockout in 2005 in what was Tyson's final professional fight. Reflecting on that experience, McBride shared some vivid memories of just how powerful Tyson was even in the twilight of his career. He recalled, when Tyson hit me, it felt like my head was spinning. In an interview, McBride recollected the force of Tyson's blows. He continued by saying that he put Tyson in a headlock and teased him after the vicious punch, which only made Tyson more angry. McBride said that Tyson bit him in retaliation, causing him great pain. Even decades after his peak, Tyson still has a fiery and unpredictable style in the ring, as seen in this moment from the fight tape. In light of this, McBride gave the 27-year-old Paul some guidance. He underlined the significance of keeping up a solid defense and being keenly aware of Tyson's capricious nature. McBride advised, Tyson is a fearsome man even in his 50s. It takes real courage to step into the ring with him, whether you're a seasoned fighter or a YouTuber like Paul. Many have suggested that Paul may benefit from Tyson's old age by providing the younger fighter a chance to win. McBride, though, quickly rejects this idea. He thinks that Tyson still has a lot of power, and that it might be what wins the bout. Power is the last thing a fighter loses, according to McBride, and Tyson still packs a mean punch at his age. If Tyson connects with just one solid hit, it could be lights out for Paul. McBride suggested, indicating that the younger fighter could find himself in serious trouble if he underestimates Tyson's capabilities. McBride also hinted at the possibility of returning to the ring himself. He expressed a willingness to come out of retirement for another fight with Tyson should the opportunity arise. McBride said said if Tyson wins and Paul wants a rematch, I'd be ready to step in again. He even offered to substitute in the upcoming fight if Tyson or Paul pulled out. Freddie Roach, Mike's previous trainer, is also optimistic about Mike and feels that he will win this fight. You know, I used to train Tyson. I like Mike a lot, and he does come my gym once in a while to say hello and visit and stuff. And then all of a sudden fight coming up, maybe stronger man. No, I can't say. Tyson Fury believes Mike Tyson will shock the world and teach the problem child the lesson when they eventually go head to head. The Gypsy King said, listen, if Mike Tyson hits anybody, I don't care if he's 90, he's going to knock them out cold. And I have to back Mike Tyson. I'm named after the legend, and I'll back him as he always backs me. I'm backing Mike for the knockout. Come on, Mike. Iron Mike's flight incident and an ulcer flare-up had already given fans a lot to worry about, but Tim Bradley believes Tyson can take home another win in a fashion similar to his heyday. Bradley, during a conversation with PropBox TV, laid down that a 2-minute round would allow the former heavyweight champion to come out all guns blazing. Bradley said Mike Tyson has the potential to knock this man out. You know that the power is the last thing that leads you. This is Mike Tyson. We're talking about 2 minutes. That's all it takes. He can get the knockout, knock Disney boy the hell out. While most have Tyson winning the bout on their cards, there are also concerns about him suffering a knockout defeat. The former champion is a mere shadow of his former self, and when you factor in his sciatica hip surgery and ability to sustain stamina for a professional fight, you start having doubts. UFC star Michael Chandler shed focus on Problem Child's last fight with Mike Perry, where he outweighed the latter by 20 pounds and had a height advantage of close to 4. And he said Jake Paul fought Mike Perry, who he outweighed by 20 pounds or so and had 4 inches of height on. And now it's Mike Tyson, who is 30 years older. Mike Tyson's about 60 and Jake's about 30. I love Mike Tyson. Nobody wants to see Mike Tyson get knocked out, but everybody wants to see Mike Tyson catch Jake Paul and knock him out. So I mean, you're going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. It's great for a fun, not taking boxing seriously. If you will fight night, and I'll probably watch it. The UFC fighter also understands better because he has seen the likes of Nate Diaz and Benisren take losses from Paul. Mike Perry, who fought Jake Paul in July, lost by getting dominated by the problem child. Perry also believes that age would play a big factor in this fight. Who do you think wins, me or Mike Tyson? Well, I think you do. I think you're younger. I think you doing the right things as far as like what your team had you doing. It worked. My little weird stuff I wasn't able to add it up on you. I wasn't able to have you punch yourself out. I wasn't able to get you on the raw, Pete. So where I could release a flurry, and at 58, I mean at his age, it's just something I'm thinking about. Where I think you get that Johnny Nelson, who still holds the record as the longest reigning cruiserweight world champion of all time, said the experience gap will be huge. He said from day one. I said for Mike Tyson, who's the same age as me, and everyone knows Mike Tyson's experience, what he's done, what he's achieved, and Jake Paul doesn't even know what Mike Tyson's forgotten. The age gap between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul had been the biggest criticism of the mega fight. This age gap not only jeopardizes the well-being of Mike Tyson during the fight, but also the credibility of Jake Paul as a legit boxer too. Paul has previously expressed his thoughts about taking boxing seriously and winning a world title, but his fight against an old and washed-up Mike Tyson is the complete opposite. Oscar de la Hoya believed this, as he thinks Jake can't lead himself to the world title by fighting Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, look, it's one of those fights where again the world's going to watch. It's going to create new eyeballs for boxing. It's going to create a lot of news all over the world, but I stick to my message, and that is if Jake Paul wants to take this sport serious, then he should be fighting young guys who are top 15, top 10, not heroes and legends like Mike Tyson, who are 60 years old. Thank you, buddy. That's it. Oscar also mentioned the age gap between the two fighters and advised Paul to avoid these kinds of matches. He stated, I don't know how that's going to work. Mike Tyson is 60 years old. Jake Paul is 26, 27. If Jake Paul wants